Hello. I am not in a fancy place with anything fancy behind me. I'm just sitting here on my couch, and I got the crazy idea to do 100 book tags, and so that's where we are. That's how we got here. That's how we got to this place. So before I do the book tag, I talked about my micro book haul, which is one digital book and one physical book. So I bought the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on Audible this morning, but I'm still in the middle of Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, which I happened to just kind of look at the chapters to see how much further along I was, and there's a section that's called The Bad Time, and I was like, that's where that is, because everything's been going on a little too swimmingly in Miss Oliphant's world. But then there's this book. I bought it digitally, on Kindle, a million years ago, but I was missing the images. And when I study, not read for pleasure, but when I study, I like to have a physical book that I can touch, that I can write in, that I can work with. It just makes my life a whole lot better. So I'm here to do the Hamilton book tag. Sorry, I know there's that really bright spot there. And my computer's plugged in. And professional outfit here. All right. Oh, look at this. I can go like this. Let's put it kind of pink. There we go. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Now I have a bookie background. Ta-da! All right. And this is written by two of my favorite humans on the whole planet, of which I have many, but they are definitely two of them. All right, so let's get right down to it, shall we? I'm going to reach over. Pardon me. All right, so this is the Hamilton book tag. It looks like it was, I'll put the link. Ooh, I bet I could do this all in a chat instead of, yes. I always forget to link things. So this is where I found it. You can find all the information there. All right, so the first topic is the room where it happens, a book world you would put yourself in. And I think I would put myself on Pern, in Manolly, Menolly, Manolly, in her shoes, and have a million dragonlings, please. Thank you. The Schuyler sisters, an underrated female character. Female character. That's hard to think about. So I'm trying to think about some of my favorite stories. Oh, I know, Kasha from the Selection series. That series is so beautifully written. It's like watercolors. It's the imagery. It was actually when I started reading it, I didn't like it very much. And I was at a phase as a reader where I would finish reading a trilogy, whether I enjoyed it or not. And so I'd gotten into it, so I had to finish it. And I didn't like it the first time. And then I can't remember what inspired me to read it a second time, but I was very happy that I did. That was a there was something about it the second time that just spoke to me in a different way. And I really like that series. My Shot, a character that goes after what they want and doesn't let anything stop them. Mary Hightower, that horrible human being, spirit thing, whatever she was, she's awful. And I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. We all go through trauma. Things happen. It doesn't give you a right to be a jerk face and try to control other people. It's not okay, Mary Hightower. Go jump off a high tower. And I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. This is what I do. In fact, I murder jokes so completely that there was a period in my life when I said your face so many times in response to every question that my roommate begged me to please retire it. All right, you'll be back. The sassiest villain. Ooh. Sassy villain. I'm going to say President Snow. That dude, yeah. He had a way of talking to Katniss that I thought was so, like, sassafras. So, yes, I'm going to go with President Snow from the Hunger Games trilogy. And there's a young booktuber who just did the whole Hunger Games series in a day. I was so impressed. All right, back to the book tag, nonstop. A series you marathoned. Gosh, that's hard. There's so many. Oh, that was Siri thinking I'm talking to her. Shh, nobody asked you. Let me see here. Marathoned. Oh, marathoned. That's a hard one. Okay, I'll say Deborah Harkness's All Souls trilogy. I will say, oh, no, obviously anything by Amanda Hocking, I just tend to just kind of go through really fast. But I'm going to stick with this. I couldn't like marathon it in one go because I was reading it as it was being published. So yeah, I'll say that. And if you like really clever writing, bent on historical fiction, time travel, vampires, and witches, and not like traditional. It's very well written, and the characters go in crazy directions, and there's a lot of historical stuff built in because if I remember correctly, Harkness was a history professor or history buff of some sort before she wrote the series. All right, satisfied. Favorite books with multiple points of view. I'm going to say the Divergent series. I'm writing a story now, and I was trying to write each chapter from a different character's point of view and write it in present tense, and I got a little lost. So I really appreciate when a book can do that really well. There's another book series. I can see the cover in my mind, and the main character's name, one of them is Esme, and it goes back and forth. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? A book series that will be remembered throughout history. I think Hunger Games is definitely there. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to take that back. The Unwind series by Neil Shusterman, which talks about the idea of unwinding your child up until the age of 18, which meant basically harvesting their organs for... My baby is in the room. He's getting himself a beverage. Beverage time for Mr. Rogers. You're looking fine in your Golden Girls squad shirt, baby. Yeah.
They had fun with students or?
No, I'm doing a live book tag. Remember, I got that crazy idea to do 100 book tags. So this
You're doing a live one right now?
Yeah.
So our conversation is going on in this?
In this exact moment. Oh, there goes Mimi.
All right.
Bye, Mimi.
All right, well, I'll not bother you anymore.
Honey, you couldn't bother me if you tried. All right, so back to it. Helpless, a relationship you were rooting for from the start. Peeta and Katniss. There's just something about Peeta that I liked a whole lot more than Gale. Yeah, when I was first reading the series, and then upon reflection and reading it over and over again. Yeah, absolutely. That is when I was like, ooh. Although I will say there was like a part of me that was really like all about America and Max and the Selection series. I just watched Snow White Reader's super adorable PowerPoint presentation. If you don't know who I'm talking about, check her out. She is hilarious. She makes adorable content. I mean, really thoughtful, just really good stuff. All right, 10 Duel Commandments favorite fight scene. Gosh. Favorite fight scene. That is not easy to think. Favorite fight scene. You know what? I will say... Okay, I will say the fight scene between Clove and District 11. What's his name? Thresh. So I would say that conflict was my favorite because Clove was awful. And when I first read the story, when I first read the book, and the next action after Clove is about ready to do what she's about ready to do, like startled me, and it was a lot of fun to read and enjoy. Say no to this, a guilty pleasure read. I don't really believe in guilty pleasures at all, so I can't. I guess, like, maybe. No, I can't. Sorry. Oh, yeah, no. I talked about, like, feeling guilty for reading, like, fantasy books when I was very young. But, like, no. No guilty pleasure. I read. No. Yeah, all right. What comes next? A series you wish you had more books. Oh my gosh, Gregor the Overlander. It has 5 books, and that just wasn't enough for me. I need more. Ms. Collins. More Gregor Overlander. Pretty please with sugar on top. Right Hand Man, my favorite. I don't know what bro TP is. Okay, bro must mean some kind of relationship. I'll go back to Deborah Harkness's All Souls trilogy. All the characters really have a lot of depth. I also think that about Sarah J. Maas, although apparently that's some folks don't enjoy, and that's okay. But I think I enjoy her characters. But what I really like about the Harkness All Souls trilogy is that the characters go beyond themselves and they really become like they're part of each other almost. So I really enjoyed that. What I'd miss, a book or series you were late to reading. Harry Potter. I didn't read that until I was an adult. A character you wish was still alive. Triss. Yeah, I think she could have done a lot of good in the world. I wish that was the case. Burn, the most heartbreaking end to a relationship. I can't. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I was really busted up about. The Reynolds pamphlet, a book with a twist you didn't see coming. Killing Floor by Lee Child. There's a mystery. Women are dying and nobody knows how until the very end. And it is insane. So that was it. That was the book tag of Hamilton, which I really enjoy personally. Love Hamilton. So that was a book tag, and I will be doing another book tag, and I will see you later. Bye.